zimenea, naomba unipe ruhusa nipeleke posa langu kwa wazazi wako. Naomba unipe ruhusa nipeleke posa langu kwa wazazi wako. Tabia urembo wako binti wasifika kote, nimeshaamua ni wewe chumba wangu. Naomba unipe ruhusa nipeleke posa langu kwa wazazi wako. Naomba unipe ruhusa nipeleke posa langu kwa wazazi wako.
Kuna tofauti gani ya mtindo wa muziki wao na muziki wa kisasa?
In the 90s, of course, even getting studios was very tough. It was really tough because we had to pay a lot of money, and we are guys who started recording from the quarter inch tape. I know the generation today, they might be wondering what I'm talking about. Quarter inch is that reel to reel that used to be 8-track, but 1 track. And the music then, especially in Kenya, there's a place where we dropped the ball. Because in the 90s, even for Jabali, they thought the music that we were playing, in the beginning they thought we were foreigners, those who didn't know us. Especially when we did the talent search and all that, they thought we were foreigners. And they were like, hey, you guys, you must be from where? You see, Kenyans never believed in themselves. You must be Nigerians, you must be Ghanaians, you must be Cameroonians. We were like, wow, why are you saying that? Because of the outfits, and also Jabali boys were big boys. So, and they were like, no, you guys, you're lying. And that time the music was vibrant, but not as vibrant. But a lot of our radios and TVs used to lean towards foreign music. That's why you see they thought we were foreigners. So they leaned towards foreign music, and even radios, you know, they were playing muziki wa Congo and R&B and all these, even some of them used to play jazz and all that. It's not bad to do all this, but at least play 90% of your content and let no broadcaster or even TV hosts and come and tell us, oh, Kenyan music is not well written, or Kenyan music is not to the standards. You are not an A&R label guy. And the guy who's telling you that is a guy who cannot even sing a note. Don't come judge people like that. You know, they need to support people and give them the right equipment or support them to come up. Because if you look at these other industries, evolved from somewhere, you become better and better as you play in anything that you're doing.
There's a part I celebrate about music now, but also there's a part of me that doesn't like what's going on. Back then, the music it was so diverse. You could go listen to Maroon Commandos, they had their own sound. You could go listen to Dio Misiani, had his own sound, you know? If you listen to the BENGA also that is coming up, you know, the BENGA is so much laced with a lot of Congolese rumba, you know? So some of these young cats that are coming into the business, they need also to know like they can tap from that. See, when you look at the American music scene, there's guys who are playing blues still. They're young, but they can still play blues, you know? And myself, I would like to see the young people also tapping into that richness of these guys who came before us, you know? And then it's not only a problem in Kenya, but in Africa. We are producing a lot of pop artists done like the band scene, you know? Before we used to have like Nairobi used to be very vibrant. Every corner used to have live music, you know? Now there's no live music. There's more there's more pop stuff popping out, and there's nothing wrong about pop, but I would like to see these young producers trying to tap into what we have here. The continent is rich, you know? Why would I go sample Kanye West or sample somebody else while I'm looking back? There's Akina Dio Misiani, there's Akina Kamaru. There's so much music that you can sample from, you know, if you really want to sample, you know? So my point is like, I loved the older generation of music, you know? And unfortunately, I'm talking about in Africa, whereby if you look at now, that generation is gone. The Hugh Masekelas, the Fela is gone. Manu Dibango is gone. Oliver Mtukuzi, Dio Misiani, Jacob Luceno, you know? I'm looking at those guys are living, but you cannot tap into anybody young that is playing their music. In America, those guys, when these legends are leaving, there's still other guys tapping into that kind of sound, you know? So we need to create that ecosystem whereby we can trace, like when you listen to my music, you can trace it to where I come from, you know? And I'm just saying the continent is rich in that stuff. Even in the West, they look at African music when they want to do some stuff, you know? So I prefer the older generation of music, you know? But also, I love the new stuff that is coming, that is popping in Africa. When I say I love the new stuff, it's because at least these kids, before we used to like be obsessed with pop music from America, but now we have our own version of Asha. We have our own version of, like I'm just saying, we have our own pop stars. So these kids can look upon like, oh, the Sauti Souls and all those guys, say like, wow, we have our own, you know? So we don't necessarily have to tap into the foreign thing, you know? But the only thing I also worry about is like, just make sure these kids are heard. Not only kids from Nairobi. Go to Kisumu. If you go to Kisumu, but actually one of my favorite cities to go see live music is Kisumu. Kisumu, you don't find a lot of DJs. You find more live music in every joint. Yeah, they might have a hangla in the corner. They might have you look at the instruments they're using, but there's live music everywhere, you know? So, but in Nairobi, that thing is going down a little bit, you know? It's not the way it used to be, you know? So when you have this, I'm talking about the programmers on these radios, TVs, you know? Tap into this. It's not only Nairobi. There's so much that this country is so diverse musically. Not only Kenya. Go to Somalia, go to Uganda, you know, Africa is so diverse, you know? We have so many kinds of music. So we cannot just allow the Western setup to dictate our music and how we listen to it.
Next on Benga Stars.
Kijana alikuwa ananificha na niambia ikifika asubuhi lazima unaamka unatembea kidogo ndio my dad asikukute hapa. One man guitar akatoa 1,100. Ni ya kupambana na mtu kama wewe akiniletea ujinga. I went to the studio ndio nilipata Salim akirekodi. Hizo tu ndio walikuwa akirekodi. Nikamshika. Inge